So, we last brought this project to you in May, in Q of this year. Since that time, our applicant team here has received our technical review comments, as well as, your comments and the city council's comments on the proposal, and they discussed this accordingly. And it's not exactly for you to see this. This, as a reminder, is along Honeysuckle Drive, there's just Honeysuckle Drive, Honeysuckle Street. Excuse me. Just north of the city hall building, it's lots 13 and lot 14 of Blue Shore Square development. And it's a three-story mixed use, with second and third floor condos and first floor of freestyle restaurant. Designing a city center, and there would be 25 units again, as mentioned, on the second and third stories with private garage. And driveways, one units on the first floor and rear or south side of the building. And this project is also essentially finalizing the relationship, I guess we say, between their project and our city hall building as far as access and parking, which I'll show you here on the next few slides. These are the flooring pictures, you can say, I get pictures. On the left is the site plan, on the right is the landscape plan. See, essentially, they are finalizing and harmonizing with what has already been placed along three sides, or essentially four sides of the square. Their project will make improvements along areas where improvements have not been finalized yet. These are all stipulations, of course, development agreement that will be going forward council soon as well. This will essentially finish out what was already planned, along the street frontage. The basic view, again, I put just looking at my slides, is how it's working and adjoining with the city hall lot fit. Now we have found solutions to have access to not only their project but ours as well, and a loading zone that shares between the property lines for their deliveries to their businesses and restaurants, as well as the U-Haul trucks as people start to move condos. And then during the normal business hours for us, this is a spot for Amazon, FedEx, UPS, USPS, anyone else, WIST, and whoever else makes deliveries to City Hall, and now having a designated area we both share, both utilize this. This is a better picture, and again, I'm just focusing on their projects, so I've cut off the City Hall building just so you get a better sense of scale. And it's something we've heard a lot with this project because it's big, and it's supposed to be big, and we anticipate more projects to be this size or even larger. This is where we're headed. Certainly Heritage Partners was 2 stories. The development proposals, let's say 2.5, as the third floor is only about half of that building, the rest dedicated to outdoor space. This is a full 3-story building in which we anticipated and planned for. So you get a sense of that massing was 0 foot. Setbacks, according to what we're trying to do is we're trying to maximize the built environment on these lots and minimize parking area, things that come along with that. We also see the garage building that is freestanding here on the south side. There are garages and driveways for most units here on the north side of the building on the first floor, and then the supplemental here on the south side. So estimations go, we'll go flat and then we'll go 3D. This is 50% in square south. Not much has changed. These are very specific, you could say minute details that have been adjusted from last time to this time to address some of the questions and feedback received from this board and from city council. Really, the emphasis is on that arcade on the first floor for all businesses to have frontage, shade, storefronts, opportunities within the central courtyard for outdoor dining, as well as the end caps for outdoor dining. We'll see a mix of patio and porch space here on the second and third story for all of those units, as well as a mix of window sizes, window treatments, as well as planned gym space for the residents here on the second story, and the outdoor courtyard space source for the private residents use on the third story. From a 3-dimensional view, it's looking southeast. See all of this depicted here, as well as the limitations of their site versus ours. Think about it as that parking area as well as the rest. You'll see, you know, again, mix roof line sizes, dimensions, pitch, depictions, and can't forget word. But it's what we're trying to accomplish. And this is why I'm playing on here, because sometimes these parts of speak. Here you are on the ground floor, instead of being the bird, to get a sense again of its big building, see the changes in massing as it steps back, so it's not overburdened by any means. You have most of the mass set away from the streets on all three sides, as it were. On the south side, this is a lot of the conversation last time is, how does it look from Woodlawn Boulevard? Fortunately, it's gonna be full of cars every day, so you won't see much. Because we'll have all of ours, you know, on this end, City Hall, to be full of, you know, people enjoying all these sides. It's additional depictions and additional treatments match the side of the overall building, to give it a little more character. Certainly, we're not asking to remove garages or change garages, those garages need to be used, fully utilized. And we're using that range with this side as much as we possibly can. Things often with a bit of landscaping where we can. Plants for a hedge wall of sorts on this end as well, so you soften that appearance again. 95 Monday through Friday, so all of our cars blocking that view anyway, so weekends. It's anyone else that would like to enjoy anything going on, swearing. You're looking more east as work from the ground floor. This gate has been moved and adjusted in order for them to utilize this next gate for the residents, as well as allow City Hall patients to come in off the Lolo Avenue. Again, not much has changed from this end. See specific and intentional changes in the roof line, cornice treatments, chair rails, you know, the arched window openings in certain places, the awnings in certain places. There is asymmetry with the roof line as well. But again, we're not asking proposal to remove roof, not asking to reduce the square footage just in order to create more spaces. We're not asking them to project where that would make sense in our Santa Barbara looking. Here you are looking northwest, that's the one Desert Avenue, and the grand staircases. You know, these are not along outside of the building, metal, plunking up and down the stairs. These are ornate, they're tiled ones, they're stuck out. These are grand features to get people to those units. They also have a the internal hallway behind all these units as well, because obviously the elevators as well. The garage closures are placed where the only place they can put them, quite frankly. The other end of the site is a very large transformer, seeing around that happen. So we tuck that away, have to have it. You know, certainly we have great hopes for many restaurants and uses here, so quality services every day. That's not all of them. Again, we're very excited for what we've seen. And as I talked about last time, I've never seen landscaping between driveways. We're very excited to see how it's. Here's one of the flat elevations just to give you a sense. The only depiction that you haven't seen so far is just the front of the garages. Garages look like garages. With garage lighting, garage doors. Again, we're not asking for anything odd in this situation. The car has to fit inside, so there is the very, you know, rudimentary appearance to it because you have the car. There is so much sheet is what they, you know, style is beyond what's anticipated. This is the same package you saw again last time, just for a reminder. The other things I would tell you that have changed is very difficult that, you know, our development team here has agreed to match in the body color, the paint and the roofing style. That's a bit of an ongoing conversation, but what it means is the Heritage Partners development Wade's, Oz's projects, Pine Development's projects, and, this projects here will all have the same lights. I know it sounds like an odd situation, but when one is wrong, really sticks out. All of them have that same appearance, matches the bathroom building, next time in City Hall, it needs to match. You, once you drive to see it, Scout Park, just north of the square, being off the fairway, has a big wall on the playground that is the same shape, so you get a sense of what's to come. It's a little on now, people myself, but as this project will come in and match, the sense of that district. Our announcement calls, this also has fine tuned everything that is basically feedback provided since last week's June. Coordination between us, down at City Hall and last 13, 14 as the guidelines. Very excited to all work straight with both parties. The offsite improvements will be listed and depicted within the development agreement, which is being negotiated as we speak for finishing off everything that has not been finished. As those represent really our next step as we increase in size and mass, appeal, and complexity. We're excited. So our recommendation is follows, whoever wants to make a recommendation, calling needs to reference 1 through 6 that will be for you outlined. Is to recommend to the city council, that's mentioned again, that you would recommend body in situation constantly about communication process for 17th. The proposed land bank project is PC 2530, located at address to be determined 97th Street. Subject to the exhibits provided in your packet, stipulations 1 through 6 as follows. Building permit issued by the city will be required before any construction is to occur. 2. All offsite improvements shall be completed in accordance with development agreements up to approval by city council. 3. Curb modifications within the city's right of way at one boulevard required. 4. The following classes will be required to a civil permit review will be submitted after the design review. Replat, photometrics, drainage, report, drainage utilities, plans, fire, wastewater, vehicle ability, routing templates, landscape and irrigation, aesthetic plans, specifications, geotechnical evaluation, due to site constraints, and dedication of cross parking easement. 5. Civil building plans to be reviewed currently and approved, cannot be released for permitting to the fire, delivery utilities, and all. Project 6. Conceptual signage design reviews for the application, separate copies of sign program with no fire. With that, happy to answer any questions, and our applicant team is here as well. Any question?
I have a question or comment. Oops, sorry. And it was the spaces in front of each garage for each unit. Is that intended for guest parking or overflow parking in any way?
Chair, the units are up to 4-bedroom with den. So with a 2-car garage, there is likelihood that 2 additional cars will be parked there. Those driveway spaces are behind those residential access gates. So those are strictly for the use of those owners.
Okay, I was curious if it was like for if you have overnight guests, if there's a place for them to park. Just running into problems that other areas of the city where the design didn't allow for any guest parking, and it's been kind of a hardship for some people.
Yes, Chair, Litchfield Square, we've made a couple of I guess requirements that all parking is for all persons in all locations. Now that anyone would want to park on, say, lot 1, lot 2, and come walk over here, they can. Our lot 15 City Hall is a part of that as well. So within the gated portion, no, but within lot 14 to the south and lot 15 to the southwest of ours, all that parking is for all persons, for all uses on all lots.
Okay. I was just, as I looked at, I was just looking at how some people tend to fill their garage spaces with stuff and then park their cars outside of the garages, and I mean, that could start to look a little junky when you've got a whole bunch of them.
Yes, that's been a concern of all planners for all time, and that's why mini storage does so well, and why there's 4 mini storages in the city with 3 more within the state, but they'll just don't request.
Well, this one gets that HOA, so there's any other thing. You should worry about clutter.
Yeah, Chair, just wanted to just acknowledge that, you know, within their HOA bylaws, the restrictions on any sort of light or visual concerns within those units.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Just so I understand, clarify, so she was asking kind of like, are people gonna be allowed to park in front of their garages in that, like, what is now nice landscape space, right? And so you're saying like that should not. be-
Yeah, no, that's. There's full length 20-foot spots in between the garage, people go to the park in front of the garages,
Okay,
or their guest or whatever, but. Again, it's gonna be the HOA is gonna take care of all the landscaping and, you know, what people trying to like. Park in front of the stairs or whatever like this, you know. Yeah, nobody can get in there, it's gated on both sides, so it's not good for the public.
Are there any other questions?
Okay, would someone like to make the motion?
I'll make a motion that we recommend approval of the final designs. To city council to propose doing a May project 2530, subject to the exhibits provided by the applicant and stipulations 126.
Well, second.
I'll second.
Would you like to spend it?
Right. And we have a motion, second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None.
Do they want to say?
One abstention.
Thanks.
Moving on to consent. Now, if we vote.
Vice Chair, members of the board. I'd like to get to thank you for your consideration at the special meeting. That second meeting in August, fill that out, I think I'm very excited to have that solution. Through your consideration, so they're already in construction. And they'll be going to as quickly as possible, those 2 houses on Litchfield Road. We are days away from vertical construction on the school. The park plans that will surround the library and the school are now in formal review as well. Those will come before this board as you look at state plans, commercial projects, let's call it. So I will be first presented those to RPC here next week, and then you'll see those from me in October. We'll certainly take any feedback when it goes to final plans to get on construction. Or so help me so that that is done as contractually obligated by August 3rd of 2026. No further things.
Right. Next thing is board members reports. Any board members report on committee. Hearing that, next item is a journal. There be a motion. A motion. Second. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.